Hey, good afternoon. It's been a minute. In fact, it's been all summer. I look back and it's been like 5 months since we posted. Um, Honestly, it's been a lot of overwhelm building the new garden. Um, Sorry, it's very windy today, but that's fall here in the Ozarks. And but we've been super busy working in the garden, doing all sorts of stuff with mowing and just trying to do more than survive. So I was talking to a friend of mine, I think it was. Um, I was telling her that last year was, yes, we moved and we did all of the house building, but it was kind of a year of survival, just trying to get situated. This year was kind of a year of getting settled. And I say a year, I'm talking about like over the summer. Um, I tend to go into hibernation mode um, in the winter due to living in Wyoming. Kind of that's you go into hunting season and you just kind of hang on for dear life, and then winter's here. Here in Missouri, it's not so severe, obviously. Northeast Wyoming is very different than southern Missouri. Um, but anyway, so yeah, this year is kind of a getting settled year and getting the garden built and just doing so many things, getting things cleaned up, stuff that we didn't get done last year over the summertime. Um, so Nathan did a lot of bush hogging. I did a lot of mowing. The tractor's down now, so unfortunately it might need an engine rebuild. We don't know. Our tractor mechanic hasn't even been able to look at it yet. He's so snowed under with his great big long list of people that have tractors that need repaired. So that's on hold for now. We were able to get a lot of the bush hogging done before the tractor went down. So, and then I've been spending a lot of time with working up tomatoes into salsa, and then of course just the daily keeping things going, cooking meals for our family and things like that. So school is in full swing and we're enjoying that. We switched it up this year. Always in the past, we did kind of a mix of curriculum with Bob Jones University and things like that. This year, we're doing the same Saxon math, easy grammar for our English, kind of our daily exercises on that. And then this year, the new thing that we're doing is gather round, and we're really enjoying that, or I am at least, simplifying, doing kind of more of a unit study. And for me, that's a blessing because with so many kids in so many kind of grade levels. They're not really in grades, I would say, but definitely different learning stages. So this year, Ellie, our youngest, she went into first grade. So that's a whole nother ball of wax. It's teaching another kid to read, meanwhile doing school with the other kids. So it's just simplified it to do gathered round, and I just was able to get the digital files and then print off what we need off of those. And so far, it's been a blessing. Again, it's very windy out here. I apologize if there's wind noises. I will try to adjust that in editing. Um, Unfortunately, the wind is coming from, let's see what direction, the northeast-ish, and then it switches up. So I'm out here in the garden, as you can see in the background. The sunflowers have finished out. Actually, they finished probably 6 weeks ago now. I was able to plant the garden so early that even like our corn, if you go over to our Instagram, you can see pictures of when we harvested the corn and all sorts of things that went on this summer. So if you have not been over to Instagram, go over there and see what we were doing this summer. We were able to go to like Silver City multiple times as a family and just enjoy ourselves as we kind of get settled in. Next year, I would love to finish setting up this garden and kind of do some expansion on it. Give us a little bit more room for corn, more room for more tomatoes. It's kind of funny. I'm the only one in our family that likes fresh, raw tomatoes. However, everyone likes salsa. So, So far I have like 50 quarts of salsa made up, but our family pretty much drinks it, so it would be nice to have more so I can make more things besides salsa. But anyway, I'm going to try to turn the camera around. I might pick up too much wind. Might have to do a voiceover later on. But I'll show you what's left of the garden. We did get kind of cool temperatures overnight early this morning. I have edible hibiscus up on our front porch, and it looked really, really sad. And then when it warmed up, it seemed to come out of it. So it obviously didn't get hit with frost, or it would have been finished probably. The tomato plants didn't get frosted, so I'm assuming just some of the plants didn't like the cold temperatures. But I'm going to show you what's left and give you an update on some of the stuff here in the garden. So you can see the tomatoes are loaded. These are the cherry tomatoes, and let's see, there you go. These are the cherry tomatoes. This whole row is cherry tomatoes, and it's absolutely loaded with tomatoes. And even the paste tomatoes over here in the second row is loaded with tomatoes. I've lost a lot of them due to not picking them. Let's see, a couple weeks ago we butchered a bunch of our male pigs, and I ended up throwing my back out actually after the fact. So things have been kind of paused. This is our sweet potatoes. Unfortunately, the deer have found it, and my broccoli and cauliflower and cabbages. So, well, you can see there are some leaves left on the sweet potatoes, but what they could get to, they totally demolished. Along the panel there, I actually have pea plants, like shelling peas planted, but they didn't do very good. There's beans on the other side, just regular green beans. Unfortunately, the rabbits ate them, and now that they're regrowing, we're so late in the season we won't get anything out of them. But that's okay. The plants will help fix nitrogen in the soil. You can see here amongst these pigweeds that the deer didn't want to chew on, there are some leaves left, but everything that the deer could get to has been eaten down. These okra right here, I'm going to back up a little bit so you can see okra from Baker Creek, and it is, no kidding, 15, 16 feet tall, and it's absolutely incredible. Now, I did not get to eat any of it this year. Again, just crazy busy, and not really into okra this year for whatever reason. I have, I believe this shorter okra is called Cajun Jewel, and step over a row here, and I've let it go as well. This okra and this okra here are not botanically related, so they are not cross-pollinating. I don't know the botanical name for them, but supposedly they're not related, so I can save seeds off of both of them without any concern. This okra here is really neat. Let's see if I can get closer. Try not to step on the sweet potatoes. It's very short, and you can see that it grows like lots of little shoots, I guess, and they all produce. Every tip produces off of it. And some of this I can harvest, and the rest I'll just let go to seed and hopefully harvest before it pops open. But anyway, these cabbages and broccoli and such, I was not able to start our own seeds because of when we went on vacation this summer. You can see that the moths, not the moths, but the larvae from the cabbage moths, I guess they're called cabbage loopers, have been in here. You can see their ick down in there. I need to get this all weeded out and then get it sprayed with some BT. I forget exactly what that's called. It's a bacteria that the little caterpillars eat off the leaves, and it actually kills them. So need to get that done. These plants here are the Jimson weed that we've been fighting all year, that came in on the compost that I got from a local dairy farmer. So that needs to come out too before they go to seed. And it's just been constant. Not super surprised on this pigweed. I think it's red-rooted pigweed is what they call it. And it grows like crazy here. But you can see the moths, the caterpillars are just eating this up. And then of course you can see that the deer have topped it. So that's my fall garden. My plan is to pick all of the tomatoes and the peppers that are ready. Probably I will clean out the peppers. I can ferment anything that I'm not going to use in salsa or whatever. And then the jalapenos will do like jalapeno slices, basically. And then the other kinds of peppers I've got, what do I have over here? I have, oh, I forget now. I have several varieties that can be made into like hot sauces and such. So that's what we'll do. We'll ferment them whole or in slices, and then I can like puree them into a hot sauce that's fermented, and then it'll last in the fridge. You can see this section. This was where the cucumbers, see, what did I have in here? Cucumbers and tomatillos. The tomatillos really did not do much this year. There's some in here, but they're tiny. Like they just did not grow. And all I can figure is they must have just been so tiny. You can see, I mean, it is October 6th now as I'm recording. And aside from the weeds, they just have not done anything compared to the tomatoes. And the tomatoes have blight, but they've done really great. I think having the wood chip walkways has helped keep them more moist over the summer. And then of course, it was not a dry summer. You can see there's tomatoes. I'm going to be bringing a wheelbarrow load of tomatoes to the house probably. I better get on it and get these tomatoes picked. Like I said, my back has been out for, well, it's been 2 weeks now, and over 2 weeks. It's been a rough couple of weeks, but I'm feeling better now, and need to get this done. It's supposed to be nice for the next couple of weeks. I think this morning's early morning temperature was the coldest it's supposed to be for a couple of weeks. That's huge. Last year we had our first frost, at least here at the farm. I think it was like September 18th, down in my mom's yard. Of course, we were staying down there still with her, and her front yard, where she's at, she's only maybe 20 feet, where her yard is only like 20 feet above like the creek bottom. So not the ideal place to build a house, but that's where the old farmhouse was built. But anyway, so she had frost on her front yard September 18th last year, which is crazy. I mean, it didn't kill anything, but it would have if a garden was there. And I think we had frost for multiple mornings that same week. And then, I mean, usually this time of year, it's cool and rainy, not necessarily frost yet. But a couple years ago, they actually had, I think, 28-degree temps around this time. So usually the tomatoes are done. So, and of course peppers, they don't like the 40-degree night, so that's why I want to get those in. Tomatoes are a little bit hardier, but you don't want them to freeze. in the garden. It's okay to freeze them like in your freezer if you're wanting to like save up your tomatoes to make a bigger batch of something later on. But freezing them in the garden is not ideal and is quite unpleasant to pick frozen tomatoes if you've ever done it. So thanks for hanging out with me and seeing what we're up to. I will get an update for you all on our animals. But for today, this is the update for the garden, and I'll try to be more diligent in taking you along with us on this exciting journey of redeeming this farm back from the thorns and the thistles.